Yo, what is up, everyone? Today we are doing a another deck thing. Okay, monthly deck showcase. Today I'll be showcasing my fire and grass decks. Um, the grass deck has changed though. You guys may recall that I've done it before. Uh, Thank you to CJ Bartlett for supplying me with the chicory and bay leaf that I used. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so first I'm going to start with my Mega Embor EX deck. It's my fire deck of current choice at the moment. Sorry. If I lean over this way, I'm just looking at my document camera location, okay? I'm very happy to have obtained this document camera, because I was using my phone. Okay, so we got a bunch of fire energies. There's 18 of these. And then we have a Nitro Energy. As long as this card is to attach to a Pokemon that provides fire energy. If this card is discarded by any effect of an attack used by a fire Pokemon, this card is attached to, put this card into your hand for the attack of the effect. So the thing is, if the attack says discard however many energies, just put it in your hand instead. So it's just good energy recovery. Alright. I'm gonna quick place out the Pokemon. You guys will see the trainers in a section later on. I said later on. Okay. So first we have the Embor EX. So we have some Tepigs, 2 Pignite, and the Embor. I'll highlight them more closely if you want to know what the attacks are or anything. I've come to realize that my decks are rather strange in the sense that I only use one EX Pokemon. It's a fan format my cousins and I have developed, where in a way it's restrictive, but it's also like it balances out the playing field a bit. So you're limited to one power chord or power card set. So say you have a V and V Star, V Max, whatever. That's the whole plan here. So, first of all, I'll start with the Embor. It does a massive amount of damage. Sorry, I'm not holding it quite steady. So 320 damage, and then it just does 60 recoil. We'll get to it in a second, but I think I have some HP recovery and stuff, so that it's easy enough to get that. So then we have the Pignites here, and then the Tepigs. So I don't really care about the pre-stages as much, but as I've continued to do this, I realize they kind of matter because you're stuck with them until you get the, big powerful guy. So that's the plan. We have Skeleturge next. So, I have him here because, unaware, it prevents all effects from attacks from your opponent's Pokemon done to this Pokemon. So, if, say, it says, burn your opponent, and do 60 damage, they won't burn you. That's the deal. And then Torchetta, it just does a lot of damage. This attack does 20 more damage for each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. So, yeah. You could do a maximum of 260. Because bench Pokemon, there's 5 on each side. Yeah, so, big damage. That's what you like to see. And it also doesn't have a lot of energy required, it only needs 2. So, quite handy. In the sense that I can easily punish the opponent for placing a bunch of bench Pokemon. Now, Turtonator, he's here because I'm going to send him out while I'm trying to set up somebody else. So, Shell Spikes. If this Pokemon is in the active spot and is put in by is damaged by an attack from your opponent's Pokemon, even if this Pokemon is knocked out, discard an energy from the attacking Pokemon. So I can just slow down their energy and stuff. And then Heat Breath, I can just do 160 damage for 3 energy or 80 damage. It's a coin flip. Next we have Volcanion. Singe, I can just burn the target. Backfire, I can transfer energy into my hand instead of the discard pile, which is also helpful in the sense that I'm trying to, you know, keep my energy decent. So next we have Armor Rouge and Cerulege. So what these guys are here to do, they're just here because I have 3 Charcadets. So it's a 3-2 setup, but in the sense that I got 2 Pokemon out of it. It's like you have, like, you know, split evolution lines. So say you have a bunch of Snowruns and Glalie and Frostlass. So, Armor Rouge. It burns the opponent and does 90 damage. Fire off. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a fire energy from one of your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. So I can easily move energy from, say, Volcanion, if I didn't use his backfire attack, and then move it to Emboar, and then get my attacks off quicker. And then Cerulege does a lot of damage, and then I get to discard any weird or strange energies attached to my opponent's Pokemon. It's always helpful. I'll go through the Charcadets if anyone's interested on the attacks. I think Heat Blast on this one is the most bang for your buck there. And of course this one only requires 1 energy, which is nice. Okay. Next we have the Salazzle. So, alright. First of all, Salandit, I can use Call for Family. Just lets me search my deck for a basic Pokemon. And then we have Salazzle with Sudden Scorching. Your opponent discards a card from their hand. If this Pokemon evolved from Salandit during this turn, your opponent discards 2 more cards. So, potentially, I evolve Salandit, and then they discard 3. and they have no choice. And then Flamethrower just does a decent amount of damage for that. Now, I'm going to go get the trainer cards laid out. Just give me a second here. Okay, so we have the item cards because I don't have enough table space for everything. Okay, so first of all, Rare Candy. If you don't already know what it does, I can go straight from Tepig to Emboar if I want. Then the Ultra Ball, I can look for any Pokemon as long as I, you know, discard 2 other cards. Great Ball, look at the top 7, and then pick any Pokemon I want there and put it onto my deck. The Defiance Vest, if I have more prize cards than my opponent, the Pokemon this card is attached to takes 40 less damage, so that's always nice if I'm losing. I don't think I will be, but it's a good failsafe. And then the Energy Recycler, I can shove up to 5 basic energy cards from my discard pile into my deck. So, yes, my deck requires me to discard some energies from some Pokemon, so that's a good way to recycle them. Nest Ball, I can just look for a basic Pokemon and put it onto my bench. As long as he doesn't have a Rule Box. The Rule Box thing, yeah. And then Dusk Ball works the exact same way as a Great Ball, just backwards. It's the 7 bottom cards of your deck. So if you think it's really buried down there, you can get it there. Or if, you know, just you need something else. And then the Mega Signal, I can just look for Mega Emboar EX. Alright. On to the supporter cards and the stadium. So Magma Basin, I can yeah, okay. So, funny story. I told my dad to get Fire Breather. He got Full Arts. And I don't have any other Fire Breather cards, and I kind of need them for this. So they're kind of just here. I'll get to what they do in a second here. Just place the guys. Okay, so let me move these over. Alright. Okay. So, I'll get right to it. Okay, Magma Basin. Once during each player's turn, that player may attach a fire energy card from their discard pile to one of their bench fire Pokemon. If a player attached energy to a Pokemon in this way, put 2 damage counters on the Pokemon. So I can just get energy from my discard pile, it says, and then, you know, do some damage to them. Not as helpful as ever, but like it's okay. Next we have Candela. I can draw 2 cards. If you draw any cards in this way, flip a coin. If heads, search your attach a fire energy card from your discard pile. So works the same as Magma Basin. Just flip a coin instead. And you have to, yeah, okay. Hilda, I have 2. Search your deck for an evolution Pokemon and an energy card. Always nice to have. The Kindler. So I get to discard a fire energy and then search my deck for, look at the top 7 cards of my deck and take 2 of them and then put them in my hand. Okay, Fire Breather. So I can search my deck for 7 fire energies. Let's think about that. 7. All of my Pokemon only require 3, so in theory I have all the energy I need for 2 Pokemon. Yeah. Except I have to attach 1 every single turn, but like it helps. So I have to choose searching my deck for 2 basic Pokemon or 1 evolution Pokemon. Depending on what I need, it's always helpful to have an option. And then I have Jacques here. I can search my deck for 2 evolution Pokemon. Lana's Aid. So yeah, Water Trainer, but like, you know, put up to 3 in any combination of Pokemon that don't have a rule box. And basic energy cards from your discard pile into your hand. So just a way to recover energy and Pokemon if I need to. Like say if they kill the Emboar, I can get it back. And then Daisy's Help, I can draw 2 cards and look at my prize cards, which is obviously handy, even though I already know what's missing. If I already looked through the deck one time, it's always nice to look at them, you know, to know what I have. In any case that, well, if you don't know what you have, then why... Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna move on to the grass deck. See you guys then. Alrighty, I'm back and with the grass deck. Now, I will say that this is one of my more powerful decks. I believe it's my second most powerful. In theory, it's one of the most evil decks I've ever made. It's nasty. So it combines with a lot of damage output and disruption. Like an insane amount of disruption, plus a lot of HP beefing. So we have 17 grass energies here. Not all of them match. I don't really care, but like there's 1 sword and shield energy in there. And then the growing grass energy. So provides grass energy and plus 20 HP. So the thing is, Meganium here, 360 to 380. Okay, on to the next portion here. So, I just lost the Meganium. Bruh. Okay, so I technically have 2 Meganiums. I'll just place the fully evolved forms at the moment. I'll get to the rest of everything in a minute here. What this deck does is it just punishes the opponent for doing certain aspects of the game. First of all, playing the game. First of all, Meganium EX, its damage scales with however many grass energies are attached. So, with 3 grass energy, it already does 210. Because 70 plus 150 gives us 210. But the thing is, it's for every grass energy. I had 10 grass energies attached the last time I played the deck. Yes. Then you saw this other Meganium. Let's look at its ability here. So its ability, what it does is it doubles how much grass energy does. So the thing is, 1 grass energy is 2. So my 10 grass energy were 20. I'm doing over 1,000 damage. Yeah, okay. Let's move on to some of the more disruptive things. Tapu Bulu just does a lot of damage really quickly if I need to, because I've got so much energy acceleration that it's not even a problem. Why are my executes here? Why did I leave them here? Anyways, we have Executor. Now, he's just your average guy, but he has Psychic. It doesn't work like Psychic, but yeah, the more energy my opponent has, the more damage this does. So, if they beef up something in the back, I can retreat Meganium, send out Exeggutor, punish them for it, one-shot their Pokemon, and so forth. Now, I mentioned energy acceleration. First of all, Leaflet Blessings. Attach a basic grass energy card from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. If you do, heal all damage from that Pokemon. So let's say Meganium's chilling at like 20 HP. I retreat, I fully restore its HP, and put another grass energy on it. Yes, I said this was evil. I mean it. Okay, Wo-Chen, Leafbringer. Attach 2 basic grass energy cards from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon. So, say I did the retreat cost, which is 2 from Meganium. I retreat Meganium, I discard those grass energies, I send out Wo-Chen with Leafbringer, and then I attach those energies again. Like, it's so redundant and evil because it just works. Now, Ogerpon just punishes the opponent for letting me set up. Because Grass Kagura, I just get a grass energy from my deck. I can just look for one and put it in there. I can attach it to any of my Pokemon. So that's the whole point. It's just to beef up this guy and destroy everything. Like, completely steamroll. Okay, and then Breloom here is just my backup. Because Damage Rush just does more damage every single time you get a heads. And you flip infinite amount of coins. Until you get Tails. But, like, it can still do infinite damage. But we don't really want to let it scale that high. But, like, the problem is, it's about a 50-50 chance. If you start with heads and then you flip it, there's some math involved, but, like, it's 51% chance to land on the side that you flipped it from. But, still the 49% chance of, you know, not happening, but, like, and then it scales with however many times you flip the coin. Let's go into some of the other attacks. Binding Greed. I should not drop that. It just makes the opponent need more, like, they need more energy in order to attack. So I can just prevent them from attacking while I beef up Meganium again, retreat Wo-Chen after I'd used Leafbringer, and then send out Meganium. So, that's just the first part of this. I'm gonna get to the trainer cards. We're gonna have some fun. Because, let's just say Meganium's HP stat is not high enough. Sorry, I'm back. As you can see, I'm in the process of cleaning up. I forgot to bring up my Bayleef and Chikorita set. So, I have 4 Chikoritas here. And then I have 3 Bayleefs. So that's because more Meganiums. And then Bayleef's attack pushdown, I can just force the opponent to switch. That's all I really wanted to say here. If you're curious about anything else, I'll have... no, I won't, but just ask me in the comments. I'll be around a little bit after the video is released, I'm not sure. But I will see you guys pretty soon if... I'll talk to you guys in the comments about it. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm kind of tired at the moment. Alright, so... yeah, 3 of those. 1 of those. This guy. You. And you. Yes, the Hero's Cape. So, plus 100 HP to any Pokemon it's attached to. So, there is something called the Luxurious Cape that I could have used that doesn't cost $20. The problem is it doesn't work on Pokemon with a rule box, and that's what this thing has. So, yeah. Hero's Cape. Assuming I have both of these attached to Meganium at the same time, Meganium has an HP stat of 480. Now, if we think about this here, 480 is a pretty insane amount. Uh, the thing is, I don't really care. All I care about is winning. And I'll be honest, this is actually getting out of hand. Also, if I don't get the Hero's Cape, I'll attach the Power Glass instead, and I can attach energy from my discard pile to Meganium at any time, once per turn. So that's always nice to do. Mega Signal so I can look for Meganium. Energy Retrieval so I can put energy into my hand. You know, for Leaflet Blessings from Leafeon. Capturing Roma so I can search my deck for a basic Pokemon or an evolution Pokemon. And finally, the pinnacle, the Bug Catching set. I have 3 of these. I can look at the top 7 cards of my deck and find any Grass Pokemon or Grass Energy I find there. I get 2 of any combination, and I get to put them into my hand. So if I somehow get Meganium or if I get more Grass Energy, it's just over. Like, it's over. I attach the energy, and the Meganium does 100 more damage if I get 2 Grass Energies. So, in theory, this is just mean at this point. It's evil. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm happy and I'm proud, but I'm also upset because people are going to be angry at me when I destroy their rear ends with this stupid deck. Okay, so I'm just going to set out everything really quick here. I'll get to how it all works in a second. Just figured I should set everything out so it's easier to talk about it. And then Zissou and Barry can just chill down here. They're from the same region, just a different game. Yeah, it's strange. They're from the same game, and yet... sorry, they're from the same region, but they're not in the same game. Like, what are we doing? Okay, Forest of Vitality. Got 2 of these. Each player's Grass Pokemon can evolve into Grass Pokemon during the turn that they play those Pokemon. So, say I get an Execute, and I have an Executor in my hand. I place the Execute, and I can evolve it right away. Except for my first turn, but, like, I won't have this on my first turn, but, like, it's... and then, like, say I have this Chikorita chilling here, and I play a Bayleaf, or I could get a Bayleaf, I can just evolve it right away, because I placed the Chikorita this turn, and then I get Meganium the next turn because I used a Mega Signal. Okay, then we have Clive. Your opponent reveals their hand. You draw 2 cards for each supporter card you find there. So if they have a really supporter card beefy deck, they're in trouble. Because the more supporter cards they have, the more cards I get to draw, the more potential energy and more Pokemon I can get. You get the idea. And then Azzy's Tranquility. So this is just for Meganium. Switch your opponent's active switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you moved a Pokemon EX from your bench in this way, heal 80 damage from this Pokemon. So it's basically a trainer. So it's like it's a supporter version of a switch, but it gives benefit to Meganium, so I can just heal it. And then Professor Fennel here. Well, she is a professor, but like she's not a professor. She's the lady who gives the player the C gear in the Gen 5 games. Nobody remembers this, do they? Anyways, what she does is she just heals 40 damage from everyone. Not the opponent, just me. So like, oh my guys. Okay, and then we have Rhyme. She's just rude. Draw 3 cards, and then you get to switch your opponent's active Pokemon to the bench. Like, they of course they can choose what Pokemon it is, but say they just beefed up their EX, they sent it out, and they just have to attach 1 more energy the next turn so that they can attack. I just tell them no, and then send it back there, and I get to benefit from that. Drayton, look at the top 7 cards of your deck. You may reveal a Pokemon and a trainer card you find there, and then put them into your hand. Shuffle your, yeah. And then Rika, if I could. Oh boy. Sorry, Barry. Okay. Look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You put 2 of them into your hand. Shuffle the other cards back into your deck. So it's just a quick grab, if you will. And then Gardenia's Vigor. Draw 2 cards if you do any cards in this way. Attach up to 2 Grass Energy cards from your hand to one of your bench Pokemon. So I can just give Meganium more energy. And then we have Zissou. I can draw cards until I have 1 more than the opponent, which is awesome. And then Barry, just simple draw 3 cards. Easy. So, well, what do you guys think? I'd love to hear in the comments, because I have a feeling like some people might have ideas for improvement, or they'd just love to tell me how diabolical this is. I know the channel's still small, but I'm just gonna keep pumping out videos, no matter what people think of my editing skills. That's fine, right? Connor. Okay, yeah, he's just really he's a guy. Anyways, he just doesn't like me. I don't know why, really. I'm a pretty good guy. I don't know. Anyways, and then we have so yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks to everyone for watching, and I hope you have an amazing summer. I'll see you in July.